Women don't really respect you. You know that, right? And the reason they don't respect you is not because you're not a respectable man, but it is because of the way you present yourself. The product who you are is probably excellent. You're probably already doing really well in your career or your business if you're watching this channel. You may be taking care of your health really well, but the way you communicate, your personality sucks. That's why the women you actually like lose interest in you, because you don't set boundaries, you tolerate absolutely and utterly disrespectful behavior. You are just not the type of man she'd want to be around in your communication with her. You may be that guy in your business, maybe you're that guy in your career, but you're probably, when you're talking to women you actually really like, you're not showing up as a maturely masculine version of yourself. The problem is these days on the internet, there is so much nonsense about either just be kind, treat her well, which, by the way, is necessary but not sufficient, because if kindness was all it took, you would already be in a happy relationship. Or, on the other hand, we find extremes of domination, extreme control. That's ridiculous. You don't want to be in a relationship to control somebody. You want to be in a loving relationship on eye level. You have zero role models in your life as to what mature masculinity actually looks like in a healthy, loving relationship. Or extremely little. Because most of your friends, let's face it, they're probably just better at faking it than you. I'm in the Four Seasons Hotel here in Munich, in Germany right now, and I can tell you there's a lot of guys with money. And when I overhear their conversations in a restaurant with women, it is either unbelievably boring, and you can see her tuning out already. She may be there with that guy because he has money, and she'll tolerate his presence, she'll tolerate your presence for a while, until she'll find another guy who has the same amount of money or even a little bit less, who's actually exciting. Because if you can't make her feel alive, she will lose respect for you. She won't be excited about being with you because you have not learned how to become a source of positive emotions for her. But good news, one, this is not your fault. You simply haven't been taught a skill set. Second of all, it is just that, a skill set. There's nothing inherently wrong with you. I started this whole speech by telling you that you are already the kind of guy who deserves being in a relationship because you treat people well, you really make an effort, you put your ego aside, or you have very little ego, you're willing to learn. You already have all the raw ingredients. It's just your communication sucks. So what can you do to become a more formidable communicator, a more attractive version of yourself in your communication with women? And little side note, you can communicate very well in your career or your business and still suck with women. These are two entirely different domains. Well, one of the things that you can do that's going to make people respect you is a perfect balance of radical honesty on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's social calibration. Some men, they're simply not radically honest enough. You may think you're being honest around women. I'm honest. You're not really radically honest. If you're changing your opinion ever so slightly to please her, if you don't hold eye contact as long as you want to, if you smile when you don't feel like smiling, if you're being too much in reaction to her, by the way, you should check out my video on frame mastery. On this YouTube channel, there's a video called Frame Mastery, which you should go and watch. If you do something you don't want to do, or not do something you really want to do, and a lot of that is unconscious, then you are not free in your expression and you're reactionary. And she will realize that since you're not radically honest, she can't trust you. It decreases trust and attraction at the same time. Women don't trust men who are fake, and you've been extremely fake around women. That's part of the reason she doesn't respect you. And you might say, David, that's ridiculous. I'm trying to be super honest. I know you're trying to be honest. But if you're not fully free in your expression, if you're not fully authentic, if you're not radically honest, you are not fully radically honest. And this is not about some artificial standard of perfection or saying, I never lie, you never lie. That in and of itself would be a lie. But I really try to make an effort to never lie. You should make an effort as well to never lie. But it's not just overtly saying something that isn't true or lie of omission, leaving something out. It is also committing to freedom of expression. The reason I hammer this idea of freedom of expression so much is because I wasn't with my ex-wife. I was married to a woman who wasn't right for me. And I suffered tremendously, not because she's a bad person. I don't think I want to either. But if two good people come together who aren't compatible, you suffer. Because I was worried that if I were to express myself freely in the way I naturally do, she'd get offended because, historically speaking, she did. She'd withhold love. And one of the greatest fears we have as human beings, yes, as men as well, is to not be loved. We want to be loved. And the potential withdrawal or loss of love is the things we fear the most, especially in an intimate relationship. Especially if you're not spending enough time with quality male friends who are also meeting your need for love and connection, by the way. When will you put that into practice, by the way? Chances are you've heard me talk about quality male friends a lot. When are you going to start putting that into practice? How much longer do you just want to keep watching videos without putting anything into practice? Let this be an invitation to translate knowledge and passive information consumption into action. Because if you just keep watching these videos, nothing will change. Listen, if you're a man who's doing well in your career or your business, and you want me to help you personally, click the link, apply for a free initial consultation. A member from my team is going to reach out to you. This will, without a doubt, change your mind. I have a client right now in New York, business owner. Sold several companies. Got 100 matches on Hinge in one day. Likes. 70 of them were really, really quality, by the way. 70%, very high quality. He's got 3 dates scheduled right now. He had like maybe 3 dates in the last 6 months. Completely transforming his life right now. We can do that for you. If you're willing to put your ego aside and learn, I can change your life. Fill in the form. Do it. Now, go back to the previous point. I would encourage you to spend time with quality male friends because that's going to meet your need for love and connection, and it's going to put you emotionally in a better negotiating position with her. Because if your cup runneth over, it's easier to set a boundary. It's easier to be disagreeable. It's easier to be playfully, lovingly challenging in your behavior. Guess what? Women want to be challenged by you. She wants you to make her feel alive in a loving way, not in a manipulative, weird, controlling, psycho games type of way. No, in a way where it's genuine, where your intention is just to connect and to have fun. That should be your intention on the first, second, and third date for the first couple of months, by the way. Just be present, have fun, be free in your expression. I also love it when guys have deep and meaningful conversations with women too early. Oh, yeah. I don't know what went wrong. We had this deep, meaningful conversation. It feels heavy. The beginning has to be fun and lighthearted. Deep and meaningful conversations feel extremely heavy to her, and she'll lose interest. She wants fun. Even if she's not a girl who goes to bars or clubs, she wants to feel alive. She wants fun and lightheartedness. David, this is not really me. Change, not your core. Don't become a clown. You don't have to become an entertainer. You don't have to change the core of who you are. But can you become 25% more fun and lighthearted? I know what it means to be in serious work mode. I'm in that most of the time. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. I just did a gym workout from 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning in the Four Seasons Hotel here in Munich. Did I want to do that? No. I'm going to have to wake up in 8 hours and do the same shit again. I understand what it means to be in work mode, in serious German grind, hustle mode most of the time. I get it. But, David, you're a dating coach. Is that really work? You wouldn't believe the type of work that goes into this. Because, by the way, the actual coaching is a privilege. Whether it's group coaching or one-on-one, the actual coaching, that's the amazing time. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into making it happen, by the way. It's a privilege to work with these guys. It's also a privilege for you to work with me. It's not fake humility, okay? It is an absolute privilege for you to work with me, but it's also a privilege for me to coach you if you were to join the program. So I feel very honored to be able to work with amazing guys, like business owners, people who work in finance, law, teachers, like anybody. I mean, the coaching program is extremely expensive, but apply for a free call. We'll figure out if it makes sense for you or not. But that's the fun part. There is a lot of work that goes into it. And in the coaching calls, we have a lot of fun with the clients, be that in the group coaching or the one-on-one. It is a lot of fun. But, point being, I digress. It is natural for me to be serious. I get it. I come from a German household. My parents are unbelievably loving, but my father is also very German. In the most loving way, he's the most loving person in the whole world. Really, genuinely, one of the kindest people that I know, but also German. Maybe cracked 2 jokes in my entire life, you know? She's not a very funny person. Very loving. Super warm and loving, but not very funny. So I know what that's like. So I had to learn to be more fun and lighthearted. Because guess what? Fun is the currency. Fun is the currency. You don't have to become an entertainer, but what harm does it do to you exactly to enjoy life 25% more? Because remember, anything you're doing in life, work, gym, pursuing goals, you just do all of it just to feel good in the moment. Either because it's immediate happiness for you, or because it's meaning you make other people feel good, and by proxy, you then feel good. So how about we just shortcut everything and we just feel good right now? Crazy idea. You can. And fun and lightheartedness and making people laugh and love in a win-win fashion is one of the best things you could ever do for yourself and other people. So my invitation for you is don't change who you are, but add some fun and lightheartedness. That's also going to make her respect you. And by the way, you don't have to be a dancing monkey. You can be somebody who sets boundaries and be extremely masculine and fun and playful and lighthearted. If you want to know how that precisely manifests itself for you, click the link below, apply for a free initial consultation. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.